This girl spent 3,096 days being raped. Watch this video to the end, because the ending will surprise you. This is a real story of the girl Natascha. The story begins with a fight between Natascha and her mother because of her father. Her mother slaps her and the girl decides to go to school by herself. On the way there, she's kidnapped by a man named Wolfgang. He takes her straight to a prison that he built under his room. Is soundproof and has no sunlight. She's alone, completely alone, only her and her thoughts. How is it possible that an innocent girl has a worse fate than many criminals? On the third day, her kidnapper tries to approach her. He reads her favorite stories and puts her to sleep. Her only wash basin is a sink. When he goes to wash her hair, he drowns her, only to mess with her. He prepares means of communication with her, putting an intercom in her room that leads directly to his hallway. After a year, the girl is so disturbed that her only friends are 2 sets of clothes, and she plays teacher with them. She tries to escape by putting toothpaste on her arms, pretending that she's sick. When Wolfgang realizes this, he tortures her even more. After 4 years, she complains that she's very hungry. The only response she receives is he turning off the lights in his room and making it completely dark. After 1,695 days, she has her first period. He feels disgusted and tells her to wash herself. He takes her to the bathroom of his house, and that is the first time in 40 years she sees the sunlight. Just to torture her, he shaves her head, which were long, beautiful and blonde, leaving her bald. In a Christmas party, he gives her some gifts, including a Walkman, so she can listen to music, and he uses a camera to record her reactions. She asks if she can see her family, and he plays psychological games with her and tells her that she has no more family and that he's her only family. On a certain night, he takes her to her room and zip ties their arms together, puts her in the bed and sexually abuses of her. After 2,029 days, he wants a private maid. He forces her to make food and clean, and when she makes a mistake, he hurts her. Punches her in the stomach. She makes a beautiful meal for him, an omelette, and he tells her she'll never eat it. She's starving, so she grabs it and tries to shove it in her mouth. He tries to take it out, trying to make her spit it out. Even from the floor, she takes the food and puts it in her mouth again. He grabs her, chokes her, and takes her to the sink. Just to mess with her, he takes her to a duct and tells her to go down for maintenance. And when she's down there, he closes the hatch, leaving her in complete darkness. On a certain day, she asks why. Why did he choose her? He tells her that he fell in love with her smile when she was a child, and in that moment he decided to build a prison under his house. In a way, he designed an electrical and ventilation system that would allow him to have her prisoner, and that he built all of this for her, and the only thing he needed was a certain opportunity. After so much pain, she tries to end her own life by choking with smoke, by burning toilet paper. She fills her room with smoke until she cannot breathe, but her plan fails, and when he finds out, she's beaten violently with punches to her body and her face, and he tells her to never do it again. After 3,096 days, forces her to clean the very van that was used to kidnap her, that it's in his yard. And by a lapse of him, she sees an open gate, and she sees an open gate and finds her only opportunity to escape, her only opportunity to live. She runs with all her energy and all her strength until finally she finds police officers that are able to rescue her. Wolfgang, not wanting to face the consequences of his actions, decides to commit suicide in front of a moving train, and this was his end, and the end of this disturbing story.